And action.
Here we are at Amoeba Music with the legendary and prolific DJ Quik.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Doing great.
So we wanted to see what you got in your
Y'all
bag
would
there.
want to know, huh?
You're going to like this.
See, you know, as a DJ though, you never did that. You never shared what you bought, you know, because you didn't want anybody to go buy it and use it before you did in hip hop. But I guess I can share since I don't have that much competition these days. As you can see, I'm into like jazz, obviously. Dave Grusin's one of my favorite composers, pianists, and he's working with some of my other favorite people on this album. Like sometimes I'll buy records just on the strength of the credits. You know, Grover Washington Jr., Anthony Jackson, Steve Gadd. So, you know, incredible drummer. So you can't go wrong buying one of these records, even though I've never heard it. Obviously, another one. You know, you can't just buy one Dave Grusin record.
Now, is that something you're going to be sampling or just
Well, no, I
listening
mean,
to it?
I appreciate music more than I try to use it to, you know, to make other music. You know, especially that, you know, now that the industry's kind of changed, it's really not about sampling anymore. It's almost, you got to be more original. So I buy this just to study. But honestly, I did actually sample one of his pieces on my new record. He wrote a song with Angela Bofield called Children of the World Unite. It was on her debut record. I sampled it with John B on my new album on a song called Real Women. This is a throwback to my early hip hop days, Malcolm McLaren. You know, she's looking like a hobo with Buffalo Gals. Really clean vinyl too. Take that home and scratch it up.
Now, when DJ Quik listens to records, what kind of setup does Quik listen on? What do you have at home?
My system, Vastex mixer, Technics 1200 turntable with Shure Styley, Event ASB8, you know, reference monitors, Pro Tools, and a master control, and a sub. Like I use a KRK sub. Record my mother used to bang, Millie Jackson, Rated X. Back then, records used to sell because they was Rated X.
If that bitch ain't got nobody, fuck her.
See, look how her shit, she get this and we get a big fucking parental advisory sticker on our shit. What kind of shit? And she's cursing more than I'm cussing right now on this fucking record. My mom used to make us listen to this. Leroy Hutson. This guy was handpicked by Curtis Mayfield to replace himself in the Impressions in the 70s. He also wrote The Ghetto with Donny Hathaway. They were roommates in college, so, you know, just music I can relate to. And I got to do it in doubles, you know. I like chronological order, so this is right after this one. You know what I mean? Cool tan, too. He rocking that banana. Dope loafers, you know what I mean? The spongy-ass shoes. You know, will that style ever come back? Will we be wearing spongy shoes again?
You got to bring it back.
Shit. Midnight Special.
I grew up in New York in a neighborhood called Washington Heights. It's not really a ghetto, it's a ghetto suburb, right? Slums with trees, right? Even the birds are junkies. Birds don't know how to fly, they just fall out of trees and bother people. Tweet, tweet, sucker, give me a quarter.
This is for my kids to watch and for people that I'm teaching music to, you know, like my new artist, Gift Reynolds. We'll watch stuff like this, and then me and Sugar Free will get together and watch it and just laugh. Another copy. Diana Ross, you know, George Benson, Hart, Magic Man, you know what I mean? To see him do it live, you know? Don't laugh.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for
Why are you buying the Annie soundtrack?
Well, because Broadway musical movies, you know, the music is incredible. It's live, you know, and such a classic album, you know, and who knows? Maybe Jay-Z didn't get the only hit off of here with Hard Knock Life. I'm gonna go through it and see if I can find something to take and freak. That's it for that bag. This is my more R&B bag here. The main ingredient.
Everybody plays the fool.
Cuba Gooding Sr., this is their group. But this was before he joined, and they were more of a kind of a crooning, you know, R&B, real heavy soul R&B music. It's real good though. The Moments.
Look at me, I'm in love.
Only because this guy right here, Harry Ray, was one of my favorite falsetto voices. He died, I think, in 1992 of lung cancer. Shows you the dangers of fucking cigarettes. Greatest record ever. I should have hit that. This and Thriller will fight for best record of all time.
Nobody was really sure if he was from the house of
This is high art. I can't seem to keep it in my collection. It always gets stolen. Why do they want to keep stealing my... They leave the box, they just take the CD. It's like, take the whole thing and be done with it. You know what I mean? I like, When I'm 64 is fun, but I'm trying to find the record that... Oh, I'm Fixing a Hole is fancy. Lovely Rita, Meet a Maid. The end of that shit is funky. A Day in the Life scares the hell out of me still. Fucking spooky record, but I love it. I don't know what... It's like a guilty pleasure. I can't stop listening to it. And I know how it's gonna end every time, and it's still the same feeling over and over. What drugs they were on. God. Katt Williams, friend of mine.
The fucked up part when I got shot, I wasn't even in the altercation. I'm outside the club watching some other niggas. Look at these crazy niggas. Oh shit, that nigga got a gun, nigga. It's better be good. Bam! Wait a minute, Jesus! Pimp down, 1032, bitch, get the trunk!
I might want to sample some of his stuff. Like, as you know, I scratch Richard Pryor and shit into my productions just to give a little comic relief. Because, you know, I think gangster and comedy go hand in hand, even though they're polar opposites. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, you can look at Eazy-E as the serious, forefather of gangster rap, or you could laugh at those glasses and that hat and that Jerry curl. You know, same thing. It's equal and opposite. Obviously, goes without saying. Greatest comedian of all time, profane but profound. Mr. Richard Pryor, Evolution.
And white man's got relearned, right? And when I say white man, I don't mean everybody. You know who you are.
You're lucky I got a sense of humor.
I'm lucky you have too, because I know what you white people do to us.
Some rare stuff. Maybe I'll strike gold again and use some of this stuff and get it cleared. Sam Kinison. Oh, broke him. Yeah, this guy.
Every time I kiss you, I taste what other men had for lunch.
I don't know what it was about his comedy that I like so much, but god-awful funny. Just the way he flipped his whole life story. I mean, going from a preacher to making comedy about it, that's pretty risky stuff. And he thought he was gonna fucking die real early, like, because he was balls to the wall with coke and alcohol, Jack Daniels, partying, you know, strippers, girls all the time, part of the set, you know, just wild living. Then he decided to clean his act up and be cool. Fucking got killed by a drunk driver. But that's it. That's what I decided to get today, but, you know, I shop here faithfully, so.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much for stopping by and showing us what you got.
Off top, man. You know what Amoeba is. This is home. It's the only place, this is my safe place.
How big is your vinyl collection?
Crates and crates. Something about the smell of old vinyl, though. Like, if you get a good collection, and being a DJ, it's great. Like, people don't pay attention to this, but vinyl is actually carbon, and it's played by a diamond. So even the fucking sound of it is expensive.
This is fire and brimstone. Kill you with fire and brimstone.
Amoeba.